Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on Saxlingham. Right, this was running on the helper last time and it ran out of fertilizer. Surprisingly, I am actually quite surprised it didn't even get half the field, or about half the field done on one load of fertilizer. This is quite a big seed drill and it ran out of fertilizer pretty quick, so it's using quite a bit, this field. Must have been quite low on fertilizer, so we need to immediately go back to the yard and get that refilled so that that can continue with its drilling, or I might even continue it myself depending on what else there is to do today. I don't think there's any harvesting to do today in August. I think we've done the big barley field that was ready. That's been finished now. If you missed that last episode, we spent quite a long time doing that. Massive field, that one. But all the barley is now harvested and that's gone into the grain mill to turn into flour for the bread production, and also into the silo here at the farm, because we need some for the chickens as well to keep them fed through the winter. So yeah, that's all done. All the barley is now harvested, and yeah, the rest of this month will be just getting this field drilled, I think, and maybe doing another drilling another field as well. There's probably more than one field that I can drill today. So obviously Canola is the only one I can do at the moment, I think. There we go, that's refilled. That's cost 7,300 on top of the 7,300 I already spent on fertilizer, so this is probably going to use all of this as well. That's going to be quite an expensive field to plant. That is one downside of canola. It's worth quite a bit, especially in oil, but it does cost quite a lot to plant, and that's where the benefit of the soybeans is, because the soybeans are seriously cheap to plant. They hardly use any seed and they don't use any fertilizer at all, which is a massive cost saving, and they are worth a decent amount as well. So although people say that soybeans are one of the least profitable crops, I think when you consider the pretty much zero cost to drill them, apart from a bit of seed and obviously a bit of time and fuel, yeah, I'd say they're not bad at all. But yeah, not everyone's got their own opinions on which crops are the best, and yeah, they all have their good and bad points, I suppose. But in my opinion, soybeans are still quite a worthwhile crop to grow. Anyway, let's get back to the field. We're nearly there now. Just do a bit of first person view in the cab just to finish off the journey back. Don't usually do a lot of first person view, so it's nice to do that for a change. Although it makes it look a little bit rough when you're going across there. Right, back in the field now. Let's unfold the seed drill. And where were we? Back here. Yeah, I can see. Right, okay. So, I'll get the helper to take over for a bit now, or do a bit for a start. I might take over myself and start doing this myself. Actually, it needs rolling, doesn't it? Ah, yes, that's the point. And we ideally need a new tractor to run the roller, because I want to get a bigger roller. Let's just get the helper re-going on this, restarted on this. I think it should continue from where it left off, hopefully. Yeah, very good. Perfect. See, none of the messing about that the in-game helper usually does, the stock helper. That one has to mess about reversing backwards and forwards and working out where to go before it resumes, but that one you just press play and it just goes immediately, which is really nice to see. That's a massive advantage over the with the course play over the normal one. Right, yes, so rollers. Now I can run my own roller, the one I own at the moment, with the with this machine here, with this Unimog, but it is a little bit lacking in power. I did notice there was actually a JCB Fast Track in the sale, which has got 235 horsepower. It's not bad. What does the roller actually require? If I went for the big roller, how many horsepower does that actually need? One of the really big ones, one of these two. 275 and 350. Ah, yes. 235 then at the maximum is not great. I'm actually quite surprised that's as low as that. I would have thought that looks quite a big tractor. I would have thought it would be more than 235 at the most. That's only that tractor as it is there is only 178 horsepower. That's quite disappointing, actually. Maybe it isn't as big as it looks. Well, clearly not with the horsepower. But I know you can get some pretty big quad tracks. I mean, not quad tracks, fast tracks. Sorry. Yeah, but even so, yeah, that's quite low horsepower. What other? Oh no, don't want to press that. I want to go back to the shop. What other tractors are available in a sort of higher horsepower range? See, there we go. That's the big one. That's the big one. It looks very similar, but obviously if you put them side by side, I'm sure they would look different. I'm only seeing them on an icon here, but yeah, if you had them in the actual game side by side, I'm sure they do look different. That's what we want. If that one was in the sale, I'd be very tempted. Can't quite afford it at the moment. But maybe by the end of the episode I will be able to sell some more stuff and get up to that. We're not too far off that actually now, so although I would need to buy the roller as well, wouldn't I? That's another consideration. Or I could go with something different, but then yeah, these are not cheap either. In fact, they're more expensive. The fast tracks seem better value really. Yeah, these are quite big one. That's 400 horsepower, that one. That's a mod. That's not from the Highlands Fishing DLC, but yeah, that's still pretty good. Well, I'm tempted by that. There is also the medium tractors, which you can increase horsepower on up to higher horsepower. Yeah, that's the one in the sale. So we could go with something like this, but even these are quite expensive. In fact, they're more expensive, so yeah, we need a bit more money, basically, is what I'm trying to say here. We need a bit more money before we can upgrade a tractor and buy a bigger roller. Because, well, actually, how many horsepower have we got on this? Let's just check my Unimog here and see if that would pull it. Because I'm assuming it won't pull it, but I doubt it would. This has, oh wow, it's got 354 horsepower. So maybe that would pull it. I'm just assuming that because it's more of a road vehicle, it probably wouldn't be able to. It wouldn't have the traction, I'm thinking, to pull it, but it might do. It's probably worth a try before I do go into buying a new tractor. Let's take it to the shop then. Actually, no, I'll go and sell the other one first. That'll give me some more money. I'll go and pick up the original roller and sell that, and then we'll buy the new one if I can afford it. I think I can, and we'll give it a go and see if it can actually pull it. Okay, yeah, so just comparing these two, I think this one is better value for money, even though I don't like it. Well, I like using it, but I don't like storing it, as I've said before. It's a bit of a pain, but it is the one that requires less horsepower to pull, and it is also slightly faster as well, so definitely I think the one that's more worthwhile trying. The question is, will I be able to pull it with this Unimog? I don't know. Let's have a go and see. Try and navigate past the IVC that's there. I really should move that out of the way. It's kind of in the way there. Let's just move it to the side. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, it looks enormous. It's going to be quite big going down the road. Luckily not too far to go though for a start. It's certainly not something you would actually see in the UK, this. I don't think I've ever seen one of these in real life. It would never fit down our country lanes that we get in the UK. But it does allow us to buy it in the game, so I might as well use it if it's here. But the question is, yes, can we actually pull it in the field? Let's get it unfolded, and I'll put the guidance steering on. Because as you can see there, from how wide it is, it's going to certainly make light work of doing this rolling. What would have taken me quite a while should hopefully only take a few minutes now to get done. So as long as it can pull it, we should be good. And in theory it will pull it, because this has got 340 something horsepower and this only requires 275, so far so good. In fact, yeah, I think it is pulling it no problem at all. So yeah, all that worrying about buying a new tractor was probably a bit unnecessary, because it seems it is fine. I didn't even assume, I just assumed it wouldn't have enough power, but it turns out, yeah, it's not too bad. So yeah, I will get on now with rolling this field. Okay, so yeah, that was pretty good. Took about 17 minutes in total to roll the whole field. It probably delayed me slightly by having to wait for that one to finish. I didn't work in the most efficient way, but anyway, yeah, didn't take long at all, so that was very good. Field 3 I should think we'll do next. I think that one could be... oh no, that was already a canola field, so no, I won't do that one. Just thinking about which field I could do as canola next. What was field 8? That was a wheat field. Because I don't want to do too much canola, but yeah, I probably do want to do 2 fields maybe of canola. It's the only crop I can actually plant at the moment, so I'm either planting canola or doing, well, skipping forward to the next month really, because there's not much more to do this month. So yeah, it's a question of do I do more than one canola field now. It's not the end of the world if I don't though, because I can actually plant canola in the spring as well. March and April can be planted with canola. It's August, September, March and April, so if I don't do it all today or in the next 2 days, I can do it in the spring if I decide to do that. But yeah, that's this field complete. I'll probably leave it for the time being and maybe think about it and decide which field to do next. If that field 3 was it, if that hadn't been a canola field last year, I would have probably done that one as canola as well. But because that was already canola, don't really like to grow the same crop 2 years in a row, so I'll leave that one for the time being. Put something else in there. Of course, canola is quite a expensive crop to grow, as I've already said, so I don't want to grow too much of it. But it is always nice to have a variety of different crops in the ground, so yeah, we'll see. I'll think about it. Okay, so I'll take the roller back to the yard. Now this is where the issue comes, is the storing of this roller, because obviously it is enormous and it also doesn't really store that well. It does tend to unfold itself slightly while in storage if it's not on perfectly flat ground. So I'm going to try and find somewhere to put it that's not too in the way and where it's not going to cause too much of an issue. This could be an issue as well, driving through here, because it's quite a wide machine. Don't want to squash the corn crop too much. No, we're alright, I think. Well, obviously the other one went in one of these sheds here, but this is never going to fit in one of those, so it's going to have to go up here, I think. Not sure exactly where to put it. Is it even going to fit through the gateway? It's probably not even going to fit through here. Oh, that was close. Wow. It just fitted. Yeah, I'm not sure where to put this. There is a nice area here which is empty, but it's not the flattest area. But it could go over here. Possibly. I'll leave it there for the time being, but it may not be its final position. I'll just leave it there for the time being and see whether it moves around or not too much. But yeah, that's where it can stay for the time being. Right, so next I will go and get the drill back, the other tractor with the drill, which is over here. So I'll get that, bring that back to the yard, and also bring the combine back, because I think the combine's been it's finished over there now. So I'll bring that back as well. That is over in field 18. That won't be needed again yet. Which will be the next field? There are quite a few fields. There's sugar beet. That's a sugar beet field. Field 41 will need to be harvested with the combine, and so for 20, but that'll be with a different header. These two as well will be a different header. So just field 41 will be the next one. I'm driving all over the crop that I drilled. Anyway, I'll bring the combine back to the yard for the time being, because I don't know exactly which field it will be using next. So if it's at the yard, at least it's not. Well, at least I know where it is, and it's not in the way. Actually, field 18 will need to be cultivated to get rid of the tram line, so that could be a good job to do next, actually, thinking about it. I don't really want the tram lines in the field, so yeah, what I'll do, I think, is I will get a cultivator. I don't know whether, does my cultivator, is it a deep cultivator or not? I don't actually know. I know I've got a cultivator, but I don't know whether it's a deep cultivator or not. I don't even know what it's called. I just know I have one, so let's just try and find it. I know it's here somewhere. There it is. It's that one. It doesn't tell me on this information, so I'll have to go on to cultivators. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it's called. Cultivators. Where are they? That one. It's a shallow one, of course it is, yeah, that's just typical. So I need to get a deep cultivator, preferably one I can actually pull, and of a decent width. That's shallow, wow. Okay, mostly these are shallow cultivators. That one isn't. That one could be the one then. 440 horsepower. I think I'll be able to pull that. I'm going to lease that. I'll probably have to get the helper to do most of this, but I will make a start myself. 7.5 meters is pretty awful, but for the size of the field. But yeah, it does need to be bought really, because I don't want the tram lines in the field, ideally. So yeah, let's just lease that. £4,000. I'll get the combine brought back to the yard, and I'll go and... Oh no, actually, what I'll do, yeah, I'll get this going on a helper first. I'll go and pick it up from the shop and get it going on a helper. Then I'll bring the combine back while this is on a helper, just to give it a bit of a start. And then I'll probably take over on the cultivator. So yep, that's what I'll do next. Just had a thought, yes, I don't need to do the whole field, I can just do the tram lines on this one because both of my planters now, my seed drill and my planter, are both direct, so they don't need to be cultivated first, which actually thinking about it could mean also that my other cultivator could be sold, because I don't think I'm going to need that again, I don't think, so I might just sell the other cultivator too. But this one I unfortunately needed to buy, or needed to lease, because the other one that I own is a shallow cultivator. This is a deep cultivator, so the shallow cultivator wouldn't remove the tram lines, but this one will, so that's why I needed to get this one. But yeah, because of the speed of it, 7 miles an hour, and it's only 7.5 metres wide, which normally wouldn't be too bad, but in this field, obviously, it's pretty big, so yeah, it's not big enough. Yeah, so if I just do the tram lines themselves, I should be good, it should be fine. Shouldn't need to do the whole field to get rid of them. So I'll just do that now. I'll just go around the field doing the tram lines. It's still going to take a while, but as you'll have possibly seen there, the course play thinks it's going to take an hour and a half to do the entire field, and I am not spending an hour and a half of real time cultivating one field. That would just be crazy. So yeah, just doing the tram lines, it's probably going to still take about 40 minutes probably, but it's better than an hour and a half. Yeah, it's all that's actually required to get rid of them, hopefully. So if I just get the tram lines cultivated, I will do that now and come back to you when it's finished. Okay, so that took about 25 minutes I think, so not too bad actually, and that is all the tram lines removed, so hopefully that should have got rid of them permanently from this field. Don't need this cultivator again I don't think, so I'll return it I think. Don't really need to keep hold of it. So let's go to, oh there it is, that's it isn't it? Yep. Return that. There we go. And I'll just take this tractor back to the yard. I think I might sell my other cultivator, because that one I don't think is going to be needed again now, since I've got the two direct planters. So yeah, I think I'll just get that sold. Probably in the next episode now, but it will need to be sold at some point. But yeah, for the time being, I'll just take this back to the yard and then we'll probably end the episode there, I think. Not much more I can really do today. It's getting on a bit in time as well. It's 4 PM, so yeah, we're getting through the day. And I think it's probably, yeah, it's about a good time to end the episode really. Just go around here, try not to damage the crops. I suppose I could have driven down that field as well, that's what I did with the combine. Because I knew I wouldn't fit the combine around here. But yeah, anyway, here we are, back at the yard. And there we go. So yeah, quite a pleasing episode really in the end. I was a bit sort of concerned that I wouldn't have enough money to buy a new tractor to pull the roller, but it turns out I had the tractor already, so it was fine. I had the power anyway on that tractor. And we've got the Canola field drilled there, and got the tram lines removed out of that one. That one I think does need also to be spread with lime, if I remember correctly. Yes, it does. So that'll be another job that we need to do. In fact, I might do that in the next episode before we move time on, because that one definitely does need lime. That's pretty bad. But at least the tram lines have gone, and yeah, then we'll have more harvesting to do as well next time, probably. Possibly, actually, looking at the fields, they aren't actually that ready yet, so it might actually be 2 months before we get on to the next harvest. Probably October, looking at that, but who knows, we'll see. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.